making it into a deeper climb into the playoffs. As the clock ticks down to the draft, the clock will tick down on either of these two teams. A reminder again, this is not an elimination match, but a very important one, as the first team that wins here will be the first team in the upper bracket finals. We go into Flying Clouds, which means we could end up with an almost 20-minute-plus game. That's been the average for Flying Cloud this M7.
It has, and it also opens up potential side matchups where even if you're losing, it's not the worst thing in the world. You can get back into the lane and still maintain a decent GPM. Now, when we come down straight to the bans, Aurora has adjusted a little bit with CC now getting banned on that blue side. The question is whether SRG are prepared on red side now that they have banned not only Jushin, but Sora too.
I told y'all, Sora is the hero of the night, hero of the tournament, might I even say. Kind of dropped off mid-Swiss, and then now suddenly, boom, in the gold lane. He is an absolute that you have to acknowledge. Jushin, forget about it. Even in our next series tonight, might be a mistake to let that through. One here that's still open is Grok. Will you open the Grok?
I think if I'm SRG,
Hell no.
yeah.
Hell no.
Unless they're so brave to say, okay, pick up the Grog, and we'll just pick up a Valentina to bring.
Actually, I don't know what the trade's going to be, because now that CC is gone, CC is a really great linchpin. Not only being able to abuse the fact that she is just so hard to kill overall because of her sustain, but also because she has access to Vengeance. And now that she's kind of out of the question, Vengeance doesn't become as useful if you don't have the raw sustain to back it up.
Gentlemen, twice now in the series, whenever Aurora bans Uranus, they lose. So this could be the third time if ever they do drop 2 to 3.
I think that their answer is they're going to put Lunar on glue instead of a
Sir,
Turizla.
What's your command?
Whoa.
Your team
I'm always a fan of having a good glue around, especially if you've been seeing a lot of fighters and there's a lot of front to backs.
But Grok's open. Would you glue in the if you have a Grok, like right now?
Not yet. I'd say to give Grok the Pagu, right?
That was
Be
Grok,
pretty
right?
free. Yep, that definitely was Grok.
He likes having friends.
Yeah. And I mean, Pagu did have that highlight earlier in the M series. It was a game-winning tectonic charge, I believe, against Falcons in game number 3.
Oh, yeah, it was an MVP earlier in this series too.
Yeah, and an MVP.
0-0-11.
I'm pretty sure SRG had that Grok in mind already, so does that mean, are they going to show their answer? Will they pick up a Valentina real quick to get a tech charge? Payback time. That sounds like that. Oh no, it's Farsa.
Early Immort winning combination from game 4.
Okay. Ooh, this one's a little... I feel like they played into the two birds, one stone here, right?
Again, yeah.
The stone is looking very good. If we're talking about ways to kind of disrupt your opponents, Grok is amazing. He can literally punt Leomord away from Barbiel if he's in the wrong angle, cut him off from angles while still canceling the feathered airstrike. Pagu's stocks right now are so high.
What is Aurora planning to put in the mid now, though? If they want to match that.
Exorcist of the Dragon Spirit.
Oh, there's finally. Is that the Yu Zhang?
I think so.
It's gotta be.
After 4 games, finally the Yu Zhang gets some love shown. And it's a Guinevere too. Control on control.
And this is his first dragon in M7.
My goodness, they've got double the counter picks. They've also have, oh man, a good amount of CC to absolutely crash down onto this mid trio. What could Yums possibly get? I feel like Yums can't even play for the mid trio anymore.
And this is also the first time he gets his hands on Guinevere TNZ. SRG has been blocking Guinevere from TNZ all night long.
I feel like later on, if they still need the Yums pick, I'd want them to maybe consider a Badang, because with all of that dive, at least a fist break, fist crack combo will even things out in terms of the team fighting. You need that extra control to match with it, but no, they said, you know what, Yums is feeling it. I feel like this is the Yums call of like, coach, just give me Cho.
In Bahasa.
In Bahasa.
Yeah, all in Bahasa for sure. Man, the stocks of the roamers right now are just so high. There's just so much that needs to be done, right? Very oddly specific for Yums because he still needs to work in tandem with everybody else, but at the very least, they've got Leomord to try and clean things up if he comes at the very end. But Aurora, though, they can push in and out extremely easily. There's only one way of the dragon, right? But they have 3 different ways to stop a feathered airstrike.
I think Aurora still wants to go with a static mid lane approach. I mean, if they're going to be playing the Valentina to steal away the feathered airstrike.
Yeah, they did open the Kimmy still.
Yeah.
Going in the second phase.
Lunox is an option. Oh, not anymore. Good ban here by SRG.
Very nice. And I think they should also get rid of the Zetian as well.
Ah, yeah, for sure. The Zetian would be a menace to deal with. Wait, hold on. I wonder if Rosa is comfortable with playing a low key.
Oh, that's actually a pretty good call.
Wait, hold up. I think the answer is, you know what? They banned it earlier in the series, so maybe no. Maybe they would rather pick something else.
I think this is a really great composition to actually take advantage of with Lo Yi, right? Because it's like, oh, you're always going to move first, so...
Yep. Oh, and imagine sending a dragon through that thing.
Yeah, and we have always discussed that, yes, everyone thinks about Lo Yi's ultimate. No, not a lot of people remember the fact that she's a menace to deal with in front-to-back team fights. All those little duality proxies.
And that's all SRG has. They call it the back and forth, in Tagalog.
Freya ban, and then Esme ban. Oh, so then what does Aurora have to get rid of at this point? They've already gotten rid of the Uranus. They're worried about the EXP lane because Crime has already kind of opened up a lot of space in the past couple of games, and they want to kind of mitigate how much value. Because Yuzong is great, but one lane gank and he dies his first blood, that laning phase is over.
Oh yeah, that's Wami's 0-2 rule. If a Yuzong dies twice in the early game, it's over.
What if, instead of going for the low or something like that, they just pack Hello Wave clear in mid and just threaten every part of the jungle through it? What if they pick up a Lilia?
I don't know about that because Lilia has to take Purify, will die to the Feathered Airstrike, and probably will also die to the Leomord as well, right? I feel like as much as Grok is already a quote-unquote technical counter to Leomord alongside with that Farsa, I don't think it's really going to double up on their comp and push for what they're going for.
And considering that they are playing a Guinevere in the jungle, that means the carries are going to come through the gold lane and the mid lane. So this might end up becoming another Kimmy game for Rosa. But I feel like that does not have the impact, especially now that you see a Claude. Oh my, this is going to be a tough last two picks here for Aurora.
Super difficult because they don't know what Cram is going to get access to, and all the major sandbags are gone except for the glue. I think glue is probably the only thing that they're more comfortable with dealing with. Spatial migration, a great way to get in and out of these fights. You don't want to be jumping onto Yuzong anyways unless absolutely necessary, but that Grok's got to be careful. He can't just sit in front and take damage for free.
Are there enough dashes to warrant the Phoveus? He's the Phoveus.
We'll see with these next two picks, actually. Because there's technically three dashes. Two mainly coming from the Yuzong alongside with the spatial migration. Not to forget the super magic as well.
Little jumps.
The little hops.
Oh,
if it's a Harrod, then it's a Phoveus. It's gotta happen now.
Ooh, nice. I like the Novaria actually.
Is this confirmed? It's gotta be.
I mean, they have the first three picks as sort of like, when you think about it, with their potential tools for early to mid game. Then they have the mid to the late game with the Novaria and the Harley. But I feel like the Novaria right now is just... Well, you do have the Guinevere and the Grok to provide you control through the center of the map, but...
Phoveus, glue, or low.
Yeah.
Phoveus, glue, or Arlo. Which would I want to have here?
They're all valid. There's a argument for all of them.
It's Cram's choice at this point. We've seen glue pop up when there's a Harith on the other side. Phoveus, obviously, of course.
I think he's going to go for Phoveus, right? It makes the most sense. If you take... Well, actually, unless you take the glue... But they're already taking the Purify, right? Alice!
Oh, even better.
How can we forget?
I can't believe we forgot this one.
Oh, that's going to sting, bro. They do not have the damage profile to deal with an Alice once the Alice already has items. This is going to be one of the toughest climbs in games that Aurora Gaming have ever played on this stage. The lineup looks SRG coded. Leo, what do you think?
I'm not so sure if there's enough hope in me to say Aurora, but the dream doesn't end. But I think they go to the lower bracket. I think this is SRG.
I think this is SRG for sure. We finally got Innocent back on a marksman. That's the seal.
This has already been a day full of surprises, but what if there's one more? What if Aurora Gaming Turkey breaks expectations and actually sends SRG to the lower bracket? Or what if it just goes towards how everyone else expected SRG moving forward? Mirko and Trex, let's go!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Land of Dawn for the final game of this series. The panel thinks it's going to be a repeat of MSC 2024. Well, where SRG won 3-2 against then Fireflux, but now most of that lineup is in Aurora Gaming Turkey. Do you agree, Trex?
I'm having trouble with the lineup from Aurora Gaming Turkey right now in terms of their draft. I'm not crazy about the Novaria. Last time we saw Rosanna, it's too passive of a hero for him. Yes, the possibilities are always there, but man, it's going to be a tough game for Aurora.
I agree. I really agree as well, man. Selangor Red Giants have... It really seems like this is Selangor Red Giants. Just like the panel said. Aurora Gaming, on the other hand, this is such a big leap. Because it's completely different to what they played in Game 1, Game 2, Game 3. I mean, the games that they won, Game 1 and Game 3, this is already completely different. The Grok is the only thing that really stayed. Everything else, they changed. Now, did they change too much? Did they have to think that far ahead in the draft? Because, for the most part, those picks were banned out.
We'll see exactly how this goes down. There's definitely been a... Whoa, look at the damage on Innocent.
What?
Siggy Boom with first blood. That's a good start for Aurora Gaming.
It's a phenomenal start, man. What? I mean, I guess for Innocent, he just didn't calculate the damage coming in from the Guinevere, which is surprising, by the way. Guinevere does a lot of base damage, has a lot of base damage, and Tienzi will stay in the bottom lane.
He's hanging.
He's hanging there.
Hanging
He's
with the
camping.
boys.
Set up a big tent now up top, though. Lunar.
A lot of damage on a Lunar. He's going to be able to try to re-engage, and he gets one. It's a trade for a trade. That is a win for Aurora Gaming there, I feel like.
I think so. There's different ways to see it. Spatial migration.
Nice knockup from Tienzi. Hume's going to go down. Aurora Gaming finding these moments of greatness in the early game like they did with the first three.
There's no throne or ruin for Kram. They're going to go for it. Tienzi, can he win the rectory battle?
Nice echo. Sekai's able to just steal it out of his hand. Stormy finds Tienzi as well. SRG snatched the lead back.
Not enough for Aurora Gaming to push the lead to a comfortable position. It's Selangor Red Giants that have Sekai's riding in, getting it now. Phantom Steed in mid.
Along with the feathered airstrike, Pagu forced to use the flicker. Rosa takes one to the face as well. Just trying to clear this lane. This is something that Aurora Gaming is having trouble with, the mid lane once again, and it's giving SRG freedom to move however they please.
And that's the thing, right? Up top, when there was a trade for the Yuzong versus the Farsa, it can be value in a way if Aurora Gaming could capitalize on that fact, but unfortunately they couldn't. So it ended up just being a total loss for Aurora Gaming for the Yuzong. I don't know, I think it was Leo who mentioned you die on the Yuzong twice, it's done, right? That's true. And right now, you already see one death on him, the second death will hurt even more. And the fact that Selangor Red Giants got the turtle, despite Aurora being the ones to hold on to it, that's concerning. Tienzi on this Guinevere, he's meant to win those battles.
And he is farming. I mean, the gold lead that Aurora Gaming has right now is literally the 200 plus gold that TNZ has. He's the one keeping them in the field here. Taking a look at the mid lane, Stormy also creeping ahead, but overall things still at a major standstill.
It's all going to be on the hands of Siggy Boom as well. If we do get to the late game, it's Rosa and Siggy Boom. The rest of the team, they're just there for utility. Four-man gank, Yums!
Perfectly angled. Every ult in the book popped out just to take him out. And now they quickly move over to this turtle that's going to be spawning soon.
And that's two. Trex.
Is that it?
Big two.
Is that a wrap?
Not yet. I don't think so, but it is.
Has he got a kill?
It's closer. Yeah, he got a kill. So maybe we extend it to three?
Yeah,
Three?
Three for sure, right?
Three. I got a nod and a thumbs up from the two Filipino casters here. But Kram is certainly going to make the most out of this situation, man. Constantly going for the hits, blinking out of there, and they're still staying around. Aurora Gaming want to fight for it. They, again, need to fight for it. At this point, if they... Oh. Flicker.
Offside. Siggy Boom forcing response force.
Okay.
Right before Turtle once again, and this stops him from being able to rotate up as Stormy's there to help out.
Let's see. Innocent's actually looking to rotate as well. Never mind, he goes back into the bottom lane. Turtle held down by Kram now. Lunar has Petrify, has the Black Dragon form down below. Looks like Siggy Boom's gonna stay.
Oh, Black Dragon keeps seconds away, gets Petrified TNZ, able to get the turtle, and down goes Sekai's. Bagu able to secure the kill. Stormy looking for the wings by wings, looking for a position to strike back, but it's too late. Aurora Gaming hit and run.
There you go. They needed this real bad. They were desperate for it. Tienzi on the other side of the map, though, goes in for the purple bump as well. Innocent caught. Has to be MI. Tienzi with a walk up. Oh, really aggressive moves.
This is the Aurora that we want to see, though, the aggressive moves.
Exactly. I agree. I think this is exactly what we need from Aurora Gaming. It's Aurora Gaming without the draft that they had. Whoa, Innocent.
Blazing Duet, a lot of damage does line down, but look at Yums in a bad spot, gets caught by Tienzi, and Tienzi gets the kill. Aurora Gaming are dissecting their plays right now.
And Lunar is keeping Cram at bay. He's making sure that there's no trade available for the rest of the team for Selangor Red Giants to take. But it really seems like they're going to brute force this. Stormy rotating.
Oh man, Lunar's just having a rough go at it right now. Every ult once again let out. Tower should fall here unless Rosa can defend. Nothing but a cannon minion left, and yes, Rosa does it.
They keep it alive. Despite, oh, great shot on Stormy with the Star Shatter. Despite the kill on Lunar, it's extended even more because of the turtle take, right? So maybe 4 now. We're waiting for that 4th death. And maybe we can say it's all over for him. But even then, it's really all about playing for the utility, because we're thinking about the Yuzong as a way to carry the game. We're thinking of Sanford Yuzong. We're thinking of Edward Yuzong.
He's not a killer, you know? But he can still be a zoner.
Exactly. He can go for those.
He could be a line man, you know?
Oh, he could be. He could be a line man. He could be. I think Cram's a better line man on the Alice, but here, Pagu. All right. So yeah, I agree. Yeah, it really is all about setting up. Yums. Oh, beats out the Petrify. Oh, the panic, man. The 3 deaths really got to him.
He doesn't want to make it 4. Then it's over. Cram, though, looking to be engaged, but the airstrike does come down. Rosa fires a shot back of his own.
Wow.
Out comes the Astral Echo. Nice. Violent Requiem does land on a Cram. Cram still standing strong and flickers back in. But wait, Cram finally falls. Lunar able to get the kill.
That was forced for sure. Now it's a Black Dragon form with no Petrify on Skies, but it's all just to go for Turtle. They know after getting a win, they need to convert, and that they do. Turtle number 3 going to the hands of Aurora Gaming to make it 2-1. A Star Shatter from Rosa, and the scaling's pretty good right now. Aurora Gaming, they're back to a comfortable spot.
Yeah, I mean, Rosa's been doing a great job. I was worried about the Novaria, but Rosa is landing those long-range hits every time, and now Stormy in a bad stop brings out that airstrike, but it doesn't matter. It's too late. Siggy Boom able to find the kill. That guy's trying to run in and help things out. Violent Requiem plus the winner crown. Oh, and the knock-up, Siggy Boom!
Yums!
Able to get a couple more shots, but in the backside, TNC does finally fall.
Siggy Boom, no mana, it's Skies!
Can't get away, not today. Siggy Boom goes down. And that's going to be a nice even on the playing field. Luckily, Lunar able to take a mid-tier 3.
Still not worth it though, right? Losing those 2 boys, I mean, you need Siggy Boom to constantly scale here. The fact that he had no mana and they still stayed, that was definitely them overconfident in the position. And now they get a turret down below Selangor Red Giants. They crack up the top side jungle as well, taking as many camps as possible from TNZ.
2 towers for 2 towers. Aurora Gaming have taken the mid and the bot. SRG, though, have definitely even the playing field. And I feel at this point, this is when their spike's really going to connect.
You definitely feel the fatigue start to creep in for these 2 teams. You know, the calculations that we saw earlier in the series, crisp, clean, is starting to get a little messy here and there, especially for Aurora Gaming. TNZ, oh, this is why the Claude is so feared. Even Swiss, by their airstrike, they're trying to siege this down. Great echo from Rosa, keeps them at bay.
Aurora Gaming are doing a wonderful job. Both teams know what's on the line here. Whoever wins this, guaranteed 3rd place spot. It gives you a great positioning for any future games, and neither of them want to go down to that lower bracket to face what's coming.
Nobody wants lower bracket smoke, bro. You got the Indonesian champions down below, and this is a surprise, you got the Filipino champions down below. Team Spirit and then Yangon Galacticos, 2 teams as well. They can definitely pull a shocker. Oh man, just thinking the lower brackets. How did we get here, dude?
On M7, this is an M7 for sure.
What an M7.
First Lord up. Gold, oh my God, the damage from Rosa is starting to matter though, I will say that.
So have you been converted to a Rosa Navaria believer?
Didn't
believe it earlier.
This game.
This game?
I don't know about the future of Rosa Navario. Nice kick does come down on Pagu. A lot of ults do come out. The Astral Echo connects onto everyone. And SRG are forced to back off. They're going to try to re-angle and look for another engage, but there's no Barbiel left to come after this.
No way the Dragon, no Barbiel, no for the airstrike. The cycle is gone, and Aurora want to utilize this window.
Innocent might be able to make a play happen here. Cram does dash in. Nice knock-up. Purify does pop. That guy's around the backside.
Genji sold all, throwing a ruin the flicker. Genji!
Bloom's able to lock on. Sekai takes the Lord, and Innocent finds Pagu. SRG are looking for the fight. TNZ falls, 2 members down. Aurora Gaming have to back off. But wait a second, Lunar next on the block, just trying to get away.
They got the read, Stormy the Prodigy, and now Lunar is caught all alone.
All alone against the Lord. He does fall. He buys a little bit of time, but is it going to be enough?
I don't think so. I don't think it's enough just yet. Rosa in the mid lane. Yums wants to go for it, but doesn't have the flicker. The Star Shatter goes wide. Lord in the bottom lane. Selangor Red Giants want to push the lead to a comfortable spot. They want to hold this game.
And what even happened there? Tienzi goes for the pickoff instead of just focusing on the Lord. Purify pops. And then they just lose their positioning. Lord now coming in soon.
I think in that position, it was just unfortunate Trex. SRG went in on him, and he just took too much turret aggro, or rather Lord aggro.
Violent Requiem does come in, but the airstrike can help out, support. Rosa gets the kill on the Cram. They should be able to make quick work of this Lord, and no one, I mean, the inhibitors even keep their holy defense.
I gotta give it to Aurora Gaming, dude. I think the panel as well were expecting that there was not gonna be enough damage to really threaten the Alice here. But turns out, the Star Shatter with a Lightning Truncheon and Glowing Wand is enough. Like, dude, we've been seeing crazy damage, and it's only with 2 items. What happens when the Holy Shield, the Wishing Lantern, the Divine Glaive gets built up?
Literally Radiant Armor on Alice plus Oracle. Like, what else do you need?
Bro, if it lands on Stormy or Innocent, God bless.
Masarap.
Masarap, indeed. Oh, Aurora Gaming. So do we extend?
Oh, Aurora Gaming.
Rex, do we extend the 4 death to now 5?
Like, he's playing lineman.
He is.
He's not,
so, doesn't matter.
He's not a running back. He's not going to sack the quarterback. He's just there to defend the quarterback.
All right. Yomes is trying to get the initiator down, but I don't think that's going to happen, man. Pagu on the Grok. Clean with it. Let's see in the top lane and in the bottom lane how they manage these waves, because it really comes down to that later on as we get into these big Lord fights. And again, for Aurora, this is what we were saying earlier. Tienzi took too much Lord aggro earlier in the fight, and that's why he was like, you know what? It's either I back or I go in, try to look for the red tree, try to look for the big play with the Violet Requiem. Now it's a Divine Glaive. There you go. For both.
For the team.
Crazy timing, bro.
Share the love.
Share the love. Rosa and Siggy, boom, with a Divine Glaive together. Innocent on the way to the Winter Crown. So we will start to expect more of those crazy VMI forwards with a Blazing Duet than the Winter Crown.
SRG. They have a gold lead, but still it doesn't feel like it's a game in their hands just yet. Aurora Gaming, I mean, in those, Rosa, man, one of those lands on Innocent, we're talking at least 50% health, I feel like. Yep. One of those lands at that range, and it is a reset. That's completely right. For a fight.
And this is going to have to pull a Benny Cutie with the claw, dude. Someone who won M4. No, that too maybe, but mainly come in at the end. Try to go for the cleanups. Don't get caught in the Astro Echo, because if you do, it creates a lot of angles for Pagu to bait out the Purify out. And then Tienzi can just get an easy set. Yums!
Oh, big kick. And then airstrike comes down. Pagu tries to get away. Immortality does pop. Black Dragon into the midst of things as well. But Sekai's finds Pagu. And now Aurora Gaming are on the run. A big kick from Yums. Stormy able to take out Siggy Boom. A double kill into the hands of Sekai's.
Big throw to Ruin. Catches the Purify of Siggy Boom. And now they don't want to go for the Lord. Trex, they want to go for the end. They have a big wave in the mid lane. On top of the cannon minion that stayed alive. The Star Shadow was body blocked. Prem!
May just be able to do this, honestly. It's 15+ second death counters. The side of Aurora Gaming for the airstrike comes down. A nice knife shot with the Violent Requiem, followed up by the Winter Crown. Stormy, wings by wings. SRG are focusing onto the base. The Canyon Minion stands, but it's not enough just yet. Minions defend, and SRG aren't able to finish it.
No Tienzi, but they've used all their resources. That's going to be in Flying Clouds. Pagu, tech charge!
Nice tech charge on Innocent. He does have to be a MI still.
Dooms.
Big kick onto Pagu.
That's going to be Pagu caught in the bad spot again in the back. Stormy gets the kill.
Just can't do it. Siggy Boom falls as well. It's Rosa and Lunar against SRG right now. Minions still on the base. Rosa trying to defend, but they need another wave.
There's a wave in the bottom lane, but that's it. No more wave in mid to really utilize. They're going to have to wait a bit longer. But Aurora Gaming, they delayed it again. Selangor Red Giants with a 5,000 gold lead are going to go straight for the Lord. There's no way Tienzi gets into this Lord pit unless he just walks up, I guess. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that would be crazy, dude. That would literally just be like, that would be suicide. And it's not even 50-50. They have so much CC with Yums there as well.
Can they defend a big Lord push right now? Is that possible at this point? It's definitely trouble. I mean, at this point, it is hard. You have a feathered airstrike to help siege. You have so many things in the hand of SRG to try to end this.
Let's take a look at the replay here to see exactly what happened. Pagu tried to really force the issue with the flying clouds, and you can't really blame him. In this position, he was expecting an instant follow-up, but it just didn't happen. These members were down on the cooldown. They had to clear some waves. Now a Lord of the mid lane, bottom lane turret very low, top lane going down.
Will this be the final defense? Hume's looking for a target once again. Feathered airstrike does come down. A nice tech charge, but it doesn't land onto many members. Lord's still there. Sekai's brings out the Phantom Steed. Lord finally falls as Aurora Gaming continues to defend. One cannon minion left. They should be okay, but another wave are coming. Pagu, don't overstay your welcome. Named to SRG. A nice Violent Requiem does land down onto Cram, but the damage still just isn't there. Tianzi finally falls. Black Dragon comes out. Cram still standing. Pagu finally falls as well.
He moves still there. Rose Gold Meteor. Yume's gonna go for the Jiku now.
Double kill for Siggy Boom.
Innocent.
Sekai's gets the kill. Innocent on to Lunar. And Aurora Gaming, it's a full wipe. As the lights fade dim, the Giants rise from the darkness and move forward in the upper bracket.
A repeat of MSC 2024 in the end, despite the impressive start to the series. Selangor Red Giants throw Aurora Gaming down to the pits, down to the depths of the most feared lower bracket that we've ever seen in the world stage. 3-2. At the end of the day, a full series going their way yet again. They confirm top 3 in the M7 World Championship.
Let's be honest though, with the best of 5, I think that best of 5 was unprecedented overall. Aurora Turkey taking SRG the distance, but from the beginning we knew this was a battle of standards. This was a battle of the distance, and SRG, whenever those games went the long haul, whenever we go to 5 games between these two teams, SRG continues to get the win.
It's because of the adaptation, the instant adaptation coming in from Selangor Red Giants every single time they meet. Aurora Gaming, they would come into this tournament, they would come into this matchup with the preparations, the homework the panel was mentioning already, how to deal with the CC, how to deal with Innocent Sora as well. But as the series prolonged, Selangor Red Giants again made those little improvements here and there. At the end of the day, it was the Claude, a hero that was dominating in the Swiss stage, coming back again here with the Freya band away, and it was open. Innocent did well, Skies did well. This was a phenomenal series to start things off in Tennis Indoor Senayan, and we're going to be throwing it over to the interview with Selangor Red Giants.
Ladies and gentlemen, Selangor Red Giants is the first team to qualify for the upper bracket finals. I'm hearing a lot of fans in the venue, but you know what? Before we actually excite ourselves even further, let us have a quick chat with the boys. And of course, Stormy, congratulations on that win.
Thank you.
But let's talk about the game, because a lot of people actually expected SRG to take the win up against Aurora Gaming. But it turned out to be such a hard series. Can you tell us, like, what made this match actually more difficult than you expected?
Yeah, it's more difficult than we expected because they are really strong and we admit it. And Alhamdulillah, we won.
Alhamdulillah, they won. Wonderful, because we were watching as well backstage and it looked really close, but at the very end you were able to step forward. And now my next question goes over to Yums. Yums, with this win, this means that at least SRG will be placing top 3, and this ties your placement last time around in the last M series. Now, Yums, how confident are you that you can surpass that top 3?
Betapa confident niyo, Yums, untuk surpass your position in the M6 last year?
Yeah, I think we're pretty confident and we aiming for champion, not the place.
You're aiming for champions this time around and not just the 3rd place. So, Yums, on a scale of 1 to 10, how confident are we on that ranking poll?
I think right now we on 10.
After this win, it's a 10.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure the Malaysians in the arena and as well as back at home are definitely very much excited for this. Boys, once again, congratulations on such a nerve-wracking game, honestly, on our first day over here at Stadium Indoor Senayan. Thank you very much. And with that, let us show it back to the panel to give us a full breakdown on what happened in this intense full match series. Showing it back to you guys.
Thank you to Rose and Eterna, and of course, congratulations once again to Selangor Red Giants! What a win! What a series to start off our M7 World Championship here at Tennis Indoor. It was so close that you could literally count the 3 errors that led to the victory of SRG here.
Yeah, honestly, that game was so very tight. And luckily, in all things, they balanced themselves out. My faith in humanity as well as God has been restored. Thank God for SRG winning that game because I have to put up one hell of a compliment to Aurora Gaming. That was so close. A couple of moments could have tweaked, and that could have been the difference between going to 3rd place or playing through the hellish lower brackets.
I mean, we did set it up. If you break the whole Uomi rule of 0 and 2 in the first 5 minutes, you're done. You have the trouble of having to get this Guinevere to work. Our good friend Ray Ash at home is crying. You also have the fact that there's nobody to burst Alice, despite them getting a good couple of kills on Cram. At the end of the day, logic will state that this lineup should not work against what SRG brings, and eventually it came to a breaking point. It hit critical mass, and just what happened.
I think the most important thing we have to look at here is the fact that these two teams traded everything every time. Someone gets a kill in the jungle, someone will get another kill in the top lane. Usually, of course, early on, it was the Yuzhong of Lunar. Someone gets an objective, someone else is getting a tower in the other team. So they were always making sure that there was an equal value to what they were losing in the end. But then, the problem was, as you mentioned, Aurora just could not get over that hump of getting maybe at least a 4,000 or 5,000 gold lead, which is what you need up against a team that has an Alice and a Leomord together. And one of the biggest factors for that is because Yumes on this show had the rotations of Aurora checked.
Yep, this is what we call a driving force for SRG, the trigger finger. He initiates a majority of these fights because even though we have Cram actually playing with that Throne of Ruin, his goal is to ruin Sigiboom specifically. I'm not gonna let you use that Zaman Force freely. I need you off of that little rune. Don't get your resets. Keep you in place and let this man on that screen do the rest of the work.
You know what, my glowing moment for Yumes, which again almost cemented his player of the match status for me, was when he messed with Lunar and forced Lunar to press Petrify all the way out just to not hit that 0 and 2 death early on. But it was too little too late. Again, how can you expect even Sigiboom to bounce back if the other half of the map is in total ruins? I think Trex put it very well. I love his basketball references. You've compromised the rest of the lanes for Aurora, which allowed for, again, Sekai's 2nd Leomord game in all of M7 to look this good.
As everyone knows, when it comes to baseball, linesmen are the most important position in the sport, especially when you want to score that field goal, I believe is what they call it. But it did become a story of the Yuzhong versus the Alice at one point because Pagu is just an initiator and a sponge. It's the impact of the Petrify Furious Dive of the Yuzhong versus the Throne of Ruin of the Alice. Of course, the Alice, a little bit more unkillable compared to the Yuzhong at this point. And then eventually, what I like from SRG here is that you started seeing them hit another level of timing. Not just in terms of rotations, but in terms of when they're using every dash, every battle spell, maximizing their crowd control, so that when Aurora Gaming Turkey decides to go for their all-in fight, suddenly they're met with, wait, they still had abilities to get away from us and even crowd control us?
And what that translates into when you're watching a fight is when it seems like they should be doing one thing, they decide to do the other thing, which is again an internal communication. It's like, we could go for Lord, nah, how about we force it? Because I think Aurora can't respond, and that's what allowed for them to exponentially build an advantage, the one that you mentioned, Renmar, that Aurora just can't.
A lot of the macro plays that we do inevitably see really comes down to the 50-50. Which risks are we willing to take? There are no wrong decisions we need to call now, and majority of them happen to just be focused around fighting. And I think for SRG, it's actually more important for them to actually get into these fights in comparison to Aurora, because the longer they make that decision, the more Rosa is going to get value out of that Star Shatter. And we saw 2 items alone was putting Stormy basically to half of his HP, if not less. And against Cram, who had MR items, he was getting chunked a quarter of his HP each time.
And this is why as much as I appreciate and respect Rosa as a player and what they get to do in this game, the Novaria pick for me just was not enough. Yes, I will not deny the fact that his Astral Echoes were on point. Star Shatters were keeping Stormy at bay, and from time to time even dished enough damage to take Cram down those 3 times they did. But you're lacking that hard impact that an instant feathered airstrike will be able to dish out. The stun from the Curse of Crow.
I think that's the keyword. Instant. There's a lot of things Aurora wants to do, but it needs a lot of setup. Even Tech Charge needs to be found in the perfect moment. Even the Violet Requiem needs the perfect setup. Not to mention how Lunar was this whole game just trying to keep his head above water. So, again, I feel really bad for Sigiboom in this game. Sigiboom was their only payoff. Rosa was going to get there anyways, given how far he was from everything else, but really, Aurora, I think just going past 15 minutes, again,